Good evening, folks. Good evening. Aaron Dorr here with Iowa Gun Owners. I am looking forward to this video. What can I say? I'm excited about this video because you're not going to believe the latest level of stupidity to come forth from little Maddie Windshitl, dumb Maddie Windshitl, who is shocked at the number of Iowans who are supporting constitutional carry law. And so what he is alleging right now is going to make you die with laughter before it pisses you off and hopefully spurns you on to action. Come on in here, guys. Aaron Dorr with the Iowa Gun Owners. We're going to start a watch party. I am right now as we are speaking. Once that video gets going, we're going to kick off the broadcast. It says problem with your request and it cannot be processed. I don't know. I think it's going. I guess I'm not sure. We're going to wait and see. Just give me just a moment here, guys. Get signed in. Get signed in as always. I see a lot of you guys already getting signed on. A lot of folks getting signed in here right now. I see Dale. I see Richard. I see Chris. I see Olin, Jennifer, Mike, all my favorite friends getting signed in here right now. I think that our video is going right now. Our watch party, I believe, is going. So we're going to kick off the broadcast here in about 20 seconds. Iowans, so many Iowans have been hammering the Iowa Capitol with emails, with phone calls, with tweets, with video messages on your phone through our new online advocacy tool, folks, that just yesterday, one of you, who was this? One of my best friends on our advocacy platform, I cut off the name. I'm not sure which one of you guys it was, but one of our big supporters sent me this email from Maddie Windshitl. You all know Matt Windshitl, the one who always fights against constitutional carry. And Matt Windshitl cannot believe how many emails he's getting from his district in support of constitutional carry law. So I'm not surprised that they're freaking out. I'm not surprised at all. But what I was surprised to see, what I did find really funny was what Windshitl is trying to pin this on. So, all right, here, just one last check of the comments before I kick us off here. I see Brian, Clinton, Patty, Mike, folks getting in from all across the state right now. I know that it's been a big week on social media. I know that with Trump in town, everybody was focused on that for a couple days. Totally get that. I know that everybody's focusing now probably on the game tomorrow. I'm imagining a lot of you guys are going to be supporting the Chiefs. I don't have a dog in this hunt, so I'll be watching with my kids just for kicks. But before we get to that weekend, before this happens, we had to have this video because here's the thing. In the last couple, maybe 10 days, in just a 10-day time span, almost 10,000 of your emails have descended into the Iowa Capitol demanding constitutional carry for Iowa. Almost 10,000 emails. Now let me kind of paint some perspective here, okay? Because the Iowa Firearms Coalition, those deadbeats, and all they do is they just kiss ass and protect Republicans, even the ones who are screwing us on guns. Like, I don't think they've even done more than a single email this entire session. They're not trying to engage Iowans at all. And these lawmakers are freaking out because the one thing they're hearing about from you guys over and over and over and over is we, by God, want constitutional carry law. And so because they're not getting any emails from all these losers with the Iowa Firearms Coalition, they have got to find a way to divert the pressure. And that's why this email right here from little Maddie Windshitl, it just made me die with laughter. I couldn't believe it. He sends one of you great people this email, how basically Aaron Dorr is a terrible person and he's an awful guy. And I used to be good friends with him because he protected me and my caucus. But once we began to screw gun owners on constitutional carry, he won't say nice things about me, and I don't like Aaron. Today says, on another note, in conclusion, I am curious if you actually sent the email below with your name on it, or if it was automatically generated via bots. by IGO without your knowledge. You see, folks, so many people are advocating for constitutional carry that in Matt Windshittl's world, only the Russian bots could be this aggressive. You see, only the Russian bots could generate this many emails. You guys like this photograph? It says the Russians are supporting constitutional carry. Who does this remind you of? I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun finding these photographs. I had a lot of fun. I mean, it's the Russians, baby. That's all these idiots can think. There's no way that so many patriots in Iowa want constitutional carry. There's no way that almost 10,000 Iowans have demanded action on constitutional carry. There's no way. And so Matt Windshitl, the only thing he can say is that this has to be bots. Who's that sound like? Who's that sound like? President Trump, he couldn't win the election on his own. No, that had to be the Russian bots. And this is what passes as intelligent leadership from the Iowa House Majority Leader. I mean, this guy is the biggest idiot. He's the biggest idiot in the state. And they're working overtime to try to find a way to get out from underneath the pressure. They're doing exactly what Steve Sodders and Mike Gronstall did. They were getting hammered with emails on constitutional carry, and I mean hammered in 2015, 2016. So what did they do? Well, what other gun bills can we pass to try to have something to campaign on in election time, right? That's what they did. They gave us this great big dose of freedom. They let us carry a firearm on an all-terrain vehicle. Ooh, so much freedom. It makes my arm hair tingle. And that wasn't enough. And I told Sodders, I was like, you big chump, you think you're going to get a pass from Iowa gun owners in the elections because you let us carry on a four-wheeler? What kind of an idiot are you? So then what they do? They passed suppressor legislation, right? And actually, that worked pretty good because that silenced, pardon the pun, that silenced any opposition from those losers, that the 2 or 3 people who were left with the Iowa Firearms Coalition. They gave them all a pass. Sure, you guys killed stand your ground law. You killed constitutional carry in the Republican-controlled House, but it's okay. We're going to be silenced because you passed the silencer bill. And it's the same thing now. Now they're working on letting you carry on school grounds, picking up your kid. That's fine. Now they're working on letting you carry in your employer's parking lot. That's fine. But let's cut the crap. We all know exactly what's going on. This is all being done. They've taken a page right out of the Sodders-Gronstall playbook to find some way, some desperate way to say, oh, no, we don't suck on guns. We don't suck on guns. We're good. We're good. We're good. And if you're getting tuned in late, guys, you missed my opening, and I was so damn proud of it. Matt Windshitl getting so many emails. And I looked before I went live in this video. Look, I'm going to give you some some context, okay? If you're a lawmaker in the Iowa House, let's say, and you get 4 or 5 phone calls on an issue in a day, that gets your attention, okay? Or 4 or 5 emails in a day. If you get 10 or 12 emails in a day on the same topic, you're paying attention. If you get 20, 30, 40 emails, you're in like panic mode, like, oh my God, what's going on? Who's putting this kind of pressure on me? Where's this coming from? Let me tell you, folks, little Matty Windshitl, who comes from an extremely rural, small population district over in Missouri Valley, and I come from Western Iowa too, so I know the area quite well. This dude has already got in excess of 50 emails just from his district alone. Every single one of them from his district. And so the only thing that Matt Windshitl can think to say is this crap right here. On another note, I am curious if you physically sent the email below with your name on it, or if it was sent automatically by bots with Iowa gun owners and without your knowledge. You see, In Matt Winshittl's world, the only way so many Iowans could support constitutional carry is if the Russian bots did it. Just like our good friend Adam Schiff, who says the only way President Trump could win his election in 2016 is if the Russian bots made it happen. I mean, look at this. There's so much similarity here. Shifty eyes, an arrogant, elevated face. Let me ask you another question. Have you ever seen these two people in the same room at the same time? I don't think you have. I don't think you have. So maybe that's a strap-on beard he has there. And maybe this little dude here is maybe he's just doing a duplicate of old Adam Schiff, because that's the only way so many Iowans in his world could support or agree with constitutional carry law. God, I crack myself up sometimes. So this is exactly where we find ourselves. These chumps, these idiots, these fools are getting no pressure on any other gun issue. Somebody in the comment section, where was this? Just a minute ago. Jennifer, my good friend Jennifer from Mason City says, you're 100% right. I signed up for IFC emails just to see, and you're exactly right on. I have seen zero. You see, there's nothing left. There's nothing left of a grassroots organization. They exist to simply have one person whose photograph, I got to print off another photograph. Dumb Dick Rogers, their lobbyist. He goes to the Capitol every day, and he gets on his knees, and he kisses the backside or whatever of these guys all the time. And he says, oh, whatever you need from me, I'll do whatever you guys want me to do. And he doesn't have any guts. He doesn't have any self-respect. And he doesn't even have the respect of his own members. He doesn't even have enough guts to tell lawmakers what his own people are saying. You know why? Because he's a chump, and he only supports what lawmakers in Des Moines want him to do. I mean, for the love of God, if you are an IFC member and you're watching this video, I get it. Iowa gun owners has always been seen as the knuckle-dragging ass beaters in Iowa politics. We don't play nice with others. We don't get along with moderates. We love to destroy careers at election time. And I get it. You hear it. We got a bad reputation amongst the pretty boys in Des Moines. But for heaven's sakes, there's a war on for our Second Amendment freedom. What side are you going to be on? The side that doesn't do anything, literally? I mean, we are what? What's the date today? February 1st. We are over 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks done with the 2020 session. You've seen one email, like 4-paragraph email from the Iowa Firearms Coalition. One. That is not a grassroots organization. This is an inside operation that is designed to protect lawmakers at the expense of gun owners. And if you're watching this and you're like, gosh, he's right. I haven't heard crap from my own organization. He's right. Then you know what? Guys, we're inviting you over. Come join the biggest, nastiest, most hated gun rights organization in Iowa. And we're proud of all of it. Because you know what? If we were loved by this ass clown, if we were loved by this loser, either one of them for that matter, it's okay. You can take your pick. That would be a sign that you should walk away from Iowa gun owners. And I'll go so far as to say that, man, if you ever see an email coming out from this idiot, from Matt Windshitl, if you ever see a guy like 4-foot, 10-inch dumb Jason Schultz come out there and praise Iowa gun owners, what other photographs do I have here? If you ever see one of these people singing the praises of Iowa gun owners, then I am urging you, I'm begging you, leave and start an organization that fights like hell for gun rights in Iowa, because that will be the sign. That will be the sign that IGO has become part of the inside crowd. But you know what? It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. First of all, it's been 12 years and it hadn't happened yet. Secondly, you know, I'm sorry, but I just don't like these ass clowns enough to play that game. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to be. Look at this guy. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at Winshittl's face. Could you possibly imagine having to have the job of Dumb Dick Rogers? Can you possibly imagine having to go to the Capitol every day and stroke this guy's ego? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And we're not going to do it. We're never going to do it. This organization, what we like to do is bash people over the head, their careers, that is, at election time. That's how we roll. We fight hard. We play nasty. We love to expose gun grabbers, and we're never going to back down. We're never going to back down. Chris Bennett's watching from the casino in Riverside. Hey, Chris. Hope you win it big tonight, my man. Hope you win it big. Jamie says, thank you so much for fighting. Let's see here. Jennifer, I can't read your comment, man, but I dig it. I think it's a man. Sorry. Jennifer is the husband and wife teams. I'm never sure which one I'm talking to on this page. So, guys, we have got to throw down right now, as hard as we can. Your emails are moving tectonic plates in that Capitol. They are terrified. They are terrified, and they have got to remain so. If you fired off your email this session, I don't care. If you fired off your email earlier this week, take some time tonight. The link is above this video. It's above this video. I'm going to pin it right now in the comments section. I might not have done that. I'm not sure. Now, I don't see it. Take a moment and fire off your email tonight. It takes seconds. It takes seconds. If you've done emails before in our system, it will automatically update your information. See, all you got to do is push send. And we constantly rotate new emails. They're all new emails all the time. So you don't have to worry about doing the exact same one. You never have to, it's always going to be different. It's always going to be different. So like I said, guys, they're freaking out. They are freaking out in the Capitol. They got a real problem on their hands. The only emails they're getting, almost 10,000 in just the last 2 weeks, is on from IGO members on constitutional carry law. IFC is dying. They've done one email all session long, and they're not generating anything. So these guys are trying. They're so desperately trying to get out from underneath the pressure. Oh, we're going to pass the bill and let you carry at your parking lot at work. Oh, let you carry at the school grounds picking up your kid. Are those good bills or bad bills? Sure, those are good bills. But the whole point here is that these people are doing exactly what Steve Sodders did. It's a page right out of Gronstall's playbook. Gronstall and Sodders sat down. In February of 2016. I heard this directly. From caucus staff. I heard this directly from anti-gun lobbyists. They sat down and said, we got a problem on our hands. It's an election year, and we're getting our asses beat by IGO members, and we're not going to pass the stand your ground law, so what are we going to do? Oh, well, let's pass the bill, let them carry on four-wheelers. Maybe that will shut them up. That didn't work. So they went to go into the suppressor bill. Same thing. It only suppressed, pardon my pun, it only suppressed the Iowa Firearms Coalition. And it's the same thing we're seeing now with dumb Jason Schultz, all 4 feet, 10 inches of him, doing all he can to get out from underneath the pressure. And it's not working. It's not working, which is why you got Matt Windshitl, honest to gosh now, emailing Iowans saying, I'm curious if you physically sent the email below with your name on it, or if it was automatically generated by bots with Iowa gun owners and without your knowledge. People, they're so stupid. This is what passes for leadership, folks. He's not just some new freshman idiot. For gosh sakes, he's the House Majority Leader. I mean, this guy is in charge, and he's this stupid. I mean, what does that say about this caucus? What does that say about the House? This is insanity. This is insanity. But this is what happens when stupid politicians get together and try to blame stuff on Russian bots. With Matt Windshitl and his strap-on beard, he blames Russian bots on constitutional carry. Little shifty here, shifty shift. He blames Trump's presidency on the Russian bots. You see, there's no way that enough patriots in this country elected President Trump, right? That's their logic. And there's no way, by Winshill's standard, there's no way that 10,000 emails have already hit the Iowa Capitol in support of constitutional carry. The only way that could have happened is if a Russian bot did it. So for all you wonderful people who sent me copies of that email from that idiot, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You did more to give me a good laugh at the end of this week, before I watch the Super Bowl tomorrow than I could have possibly imagined, because the sheer pleasure I had in compiling this, it made me laugh. I really enjoyed it. And thank you so much. But that's why, but now we have to double down that pressure. It'd be nice if they got 20, 30, even 40,000 emails in support of constitutional carry law this session. This is an election year. These people are on the ballot. They know it, and they're doing all they can to find some way to get out from underneath the pressure. And we have got to push back right now and remind them that the only game in town, the only thing we're going to accept is constitutional carry law. None of your tricks, none of your BS tertiary bills. We got time to pass small stuff later. But state after state after state is running laps around Iowa over constitutional carry law as these buffoons, clowns, sit here and dally and try to blame all of this on Russian bots. You know, don't forget the opening day of session. I mean, the word was sent right away from Steve Holt, little Stevie Holt, Bucktooth Steve. Watch out for that guy. He's got chompers. And he's like, he's going to call the state patrol, have me arrested, have me drug out of the building. And I said, why? For talking to you? And he's like, you're being disrespectful. That's how this is. That's the whole name of the game. These people, they are better than you. They are smarter than you. They know more than you. They know how much freedom you should have. They know how much money you should pay to exercise a God-given, constitutionally guaranteed right. That's what they all think. And so when you come along and dare to demand your freedom back, what do they say? Steve Holt says, you got to beg just a little bit more. You got to sink a little bit lower on your knees while you're up there begging. You got to lick my boots just a little bit cleaner. And then maybe we'll give you some freedom. Folks, I don't know about you, but this organization will never do that. We will never do that. This organization does not exist to protect what Louis just said are elitist pricks. We have always been Iowa's premier ass-beating organization at election time, and we are going to continue to remain true to form. We don't care. We don't care if we're attacking Republicans. We don't care if we're attacking Democrats. I think we can all agree. 1 second, folks. Got to get a shot of that Casey's coffee. We can all agree. I think we can all agree now. The fight for gun rights across this state, across this country, across the entire country is no longer Republican versus Democrat. It is patriotic, God-loving, flag-loving, proud, unapologetic American patriots versus smug, elitist pricks on both sides who think they know better than we do. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up, because that is what we're seeing all across the country. It was Republicans this week in South Dakota who introduced red flag gun seizure laws. It was Republicans this week in Wyoming who introduced anti-gun fix NICS legislation. It's Republicans in Ohio right now who are pushing to expand their gun seizure laws. They call them pink slip laws. It's Republicans in Pennsylvania who are pushing red flag gun seizures. It's the Republican governor in Arkansas who's pushing for red flag gun seizures. It's Republicans in Minnesota who are co-sponsoring universal background checks. It's Republicans who are betraying us. And nothing makes me more angry than being betrayed. I understand being defeated by out-and-out enemies. I understand what's happening right now in Virginia with Governor Blackface and his America-hating psychos trying to destroy the Second Amendment in that state. That part we understand instinctively. But what we have to remember now is that they're not doing that alone. And that Republican elitist pricks are aiding and abetting these people. And if we don't keep our boot on these people's necks, we will see Republicans in Iowa stand up and begin trying to pass or trying to introduce and support gun control bills. Folks, they're doing it all around us. They're doing it all around our great state. Republicans are betraying gun owners in states all over the country. And the only reason why it's not happening here is because everybody knows that if they go that direction in Iowa, we're taking a 2x4 to their political face. And they all know it. But we cannot stop. We cannot back down. We cannot give in. We cannot say, you know what? I did one email. I'm good to go. No, guys, take some time. It takes like 30 seconds. I'm not asking for much. 30 seconds and fire off another email tonight demanding passage of constitutional carry law. James says we must keep the pressure on these so-called elites. I like that, so-called elites. Because the truth is, there's nothing elite about these people. If you actually talk to them, there's some exceptions. There's some, like Rick Bertrand he was a huge exception. Smart, successful, awesome family, phenomenal businessman, great guy. And, for him, elected office was a service that he could give to help the, help the economy in his area of Sioux City. The guy was phenomenal. And he also happened to be phenomenal on guns. For most of these people, they can't balance a checkbook. They can't string two words together. They're failures in their personal lives. And they're a bunch of losers. And so you're right, James, to call them so-called elites, because you're right. They have nothing on the average Iowan. Patty says, you would think they would take some notes from Trump and grow a backbone. That's exactly what we have been screaming at them till we're blue in the face in the Capitol since Trump got elected. And we're like, dude, you idiots, Steve Holt or all these guys, all of them, Zahn, Whitver, all these people. We're like, you guys need to learn from your president. The media is always going to attack you. They're never going to be okay with a gun bill. Stop being afraid of them. It's your political opponent. Acknowledge it, run right through them, and move on, just like Trump has done. But no, these people won't do it. because they're stupid. Because they're stupid. Because after all, who else would believe that only Russian bots are supporting constitutional carry law? And again, have you ever seen these two people in the same room at the same time? I'm kind of wondering if these might not be two same people. I don't know. Scary stuff, guys. Hey, have a great weekend, guys. If you're not a member of IGO, for heaven's sakes, get involved. Join IGO.com. Join IGO.com. The most important thing tonight is firing off your email. Brian has done so. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. Guys, get involved. Share the link for the email with your friends and tell them, dude, it takes 10 seconds. It takes 10 seconds. Help make their voices heard. Give them this link and say, guys, sign it. Get involved in this fight. Stand up in this battle for Second Amendment freedom. Put the pressure on these people. Share our video, guys. More to come. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game tomorrow. We'll be back.